Well, before we even get into today's topic, make sure you subscribe to Disney God's blog, my blog, and make sure you guys check out disney.disneygod.com and podcast.disneygod.com or .tk. But yeah, let's get into today's episode. Today we're going to actually be discussing the whole war between Russia and Ukraine. We can both agree that we did not expect this war to even happen, at least in my political standpoint and view. But it was definitely shocking, to say the least, in my experience. Well, in my understanding, I'd say. You know, one of the things that people have definitely been discussing is about the tax. I think it's no shocker that the taxes have definitely rose up, especially in the gas, uh, avenue. I was watching a TikTok of a video recording that the gas was $60, and I was like pretty shocked. I had no idea. I mean, I knew the gas was rising, but I had no idea it was like rising, like really, really rising. So it was definitely like a shocker to me to see that happening. So, and once again, I want to say that I do feel I want to give my condolences to those who were lost in this war and to all the family members who are suffering. And I just want to give my heart to the people of Ukraine in period because it's ridiculous. You know, um, it's one thing. I don't know if you guys saw on TikTok, but this video of all the presidents who had a good, relation with President Putin, except one, and that was Biden. I don't know if you've seen that TikTok video, but it showed literally all the presidents lining up. You got Obama, even Trump, and other presidents who had good relationships with President Putin, except one, Biden, of course, whose relationship with Putin was off. And when I saw Trump's video about, his relationship with Putin and what they said about America, there's a lot of things that I can't agree with, when it comes to Trump. I mean, there's a lot of things that I can't agree with when it comes to him. But there was one thing that he said was very factual, and it was that a comment was made that uh, you know, Russia is about Russia, and it was like, okay, but he said, okay, but let's be real. The United States of America isn't innocent either. And he's right. Because the USA has done a lot of stuff too. Not even gonna lie about that. Um, the US has done a lot of stuff. And like I said, I don't really it's very rare for me to agree with Trump on a lot of things, but that that point, that fact right there, it hit right on the nail for me. It was definitely that was a fact. That was a definite fact about what he said. I could not agree more with him on that topic. The US isn't innocent either. Just like Russia, the US isn't as innocent as it may seem. So, like I said, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but I can't really lie and say I don't agree with him on that because he made some pretty factual statements when it comes to when it comes to that. So, in my opinion, I don't know anybody else's political standpoint or view on the whole situation. That's in my opinion. That's how I feel about the whole situation. But I don't know. It's just messed up that this has to happen between Russia and Ukraine. I don't really know the full story behind the situation, but all I do know is that it's really sad that had to happen between them. And the even sadder part is that people have to lose their lives. I mean, it's just sad to have to see people escape their own country. And that's why I always say the U.S. don't really know how lucky we are. We always take things for granted. And that's totally, from seeing this, I can totally understand that now. I never really understood when people were like, stop taking stuff for granted. I mean, this should give you a clear, lesson on why you should stop taking people for granted. in my opinion. I don't really know anybody else's opinion, but that's my opinion. People don't realize the consequences of their actions. And like Trump said, the U.S. isn't as innocent as it may seem. He's right, because the U.S. has done a lot of things. So let's not make Russia look like such the. I mean, let's not make. Well, I wouldn't say let's not make Russia look such as the bad guy, because Putin is the bad guy. He did not have to do what he did. He did not have to launch no missiles. With Putin, he is just on ready. Like the first thing it's like with him, he's just ready to start a war for some reason. I don't know why, but it's always him that's just ready to start shooting the missiles. I mean, dang, can somebody tell him to calm down, please? Like, I just don't get it. Like, what's the real issue? I mean, I don't know. This is just from my political standpoint. I don't know about anybody else's political standpoints when it comes to this specific topic, but that's just my viewpoint on the situation. Like I said, it is definitely pretty unfortunate that any of this had to happen. It's ridiculous, like really. So, like I said, I don't really know other people's political standpoints when it comes to this topic. So, I'm definitely gonna leave this into you guys' hands to discuss, because it is definitely sad and unfortunate. But I want to thank you guys for listening in to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast. And yeah, bye bye, guys.